Let's start with the IMF. Yes, again, after a lot of belt-tightening, including sky-high taxes and cutting back on subsidies, Pakistan managed to secure $7 billion from the IMF. As expected, the Prime Minister expressed hope, perhaps more wishful thinking, that this would be the last time we turn to the lender of last resort. On a brighter note, Pakistan posted a fiscal surplus for the first time over 2 decades. Thanks to record high interest rates and a bumper revenue from the petroleum levy, the State Bank reported unprecedented profits of 2.5 trillion rupees. That's largely because of the monetary policy rate peaking at 22% and a record 262 billion rupees from the petroleum levy. Inflation, well, it's been a roller coaster. The year started with an eye-watering 22% interest rate and ended at a much more manageable 13%. Inflation dropped to a 78-month low of 4.9% in November, thanks to easing supply constraints and a favorable base effect. Still, for many, it doesn't quite feel like the cost of living is easing. On the stock market front, the bulls charged ahead. The KSE-100 Index delivered a whopping 75% gain this year, including dividends. It even crossed the 116,000 point mark for the first time ever, though it also saw its biggest single-day drop of 4,800 points. Talk about volatility. November brought another win. Pakistan posted a $729 million surplus, the highest in a decade, marking 4 consecutive months of surplus. Remittances were the real heroes here, coming in at nearly $3 billion, as the government cracked down on illegal money transfer channels like Hawala and Hundi. Over on the PSX, IPOs made a strong comeback. 7 IPOs, including 2 on the GEM board, raised 8.4 billion rupees this year, the highest since 2021. That's quite an improvement from just 1 IPO last year. But not everything was smooth sailing. Internet disruptions caused havoc throughout the year, going far beyond the usual blackouts on days like Muharram or elections. These disruptions could cost up to $300 million, according to the Pakistan Software Houses Association. It's ironic, especially when the government is pushing its Digital National Pakistan bill and aiming for $25 billion in IT exports. Freelancers are losing gigs, and the goal feels more like a pipe dream for now. Now to crypto. Donald Trump made headlines as the pro-crypto candidate, helping Bitcoin hit a historic $100,000. With Pakistan's grassroots crypto adoption already high, this could mean the thawing of frozen wallets and a fresh wave of activity. Speaking of highs, gold touched an all-time peak of 277,000 rupees per tola in October, before sliding back. It's no surprise, when the world's in turmoil, investors flock to gold. Central banks broke records in the first half of 2024, buying 483 tons. Rice exports were another success story. Pakistan's exports hit a record $4 billion, nearly doubling from $2.15 billion last year. Favorable weather helped, but India's ban on rice exports played a big role. Now that India has lifted those restrictions, it'll be interesting to see if Pakistan can keep up this momentum. Lastly, the government made some bold moves in renegotiating power purchase agreements with independent power producers. They ended costly take-or-pay contracts and introduced a new financial model to cut down on capacity payments. While it is a win on paper, canceling contracts backed by sovereign guarantees could scare off future investors.